You know, if you lose a trade in space, it doesn't count, because nobody can hear your screams.
Good thing I don't lose.
Frank. We're not lost, are we?
According to the spinning thing in front of me, I have no idea.
What was that?
Sorry, I just got an EDGEFINDER alert on my Discord.
Wow, nice add-on.
I think my helmet's too tight, or maybe my head is just too big.
Oh, it looks like we've got an incoming transmission.
Remember guys, we're doing our big Black Friday sale this month. Check out the links in our bio for more information.
Roger that, Julie.
Okay, I'm starting to think we might be lost.
Maybe James could help us with directions.
I think he accidentally blasted himself out of the airlock.
Again?
Let's go get him. Man, I've been playing too much Starfield. This feels kind of real.
Maybe we should do one more lap.
I think that's a good idea.
You know, if you lose a trade in space, it doesn't count, because nobody can hear your screams.
Good thing I don't lose.
Frank. We're not lost, are we?
According to the spinning thing in front of me, I have no idea.
What was that?
Sorry, I just got an EDGEFINDER alert on my Discord.
Wow, nice add-on.
I think my helmet's too tight, or maybe my head is just too big.
Oh, it looks like we've got an incoming transmission.
Remember guys, we're doing our big Black Friday sale this month. Check out the links in our bio for more information.
Roger that, Julie.
Okay, I'm starting to think we might be lost.
Maybe James could help us with directions.
I think he accidentally blasted himself out of the airlock.
Again?
Let's go get him. Man, I've been playing too much Starfield. This feels kind of real.
Maybe we should do one more lap.
I think that's a good idea.
You know, if you lose a trade in space, it doesn't count, because nobody can hear your screams.
Good thing I don't lose.
Frank.
spinning thing in front of me. I have no idea. I really don't understand why we're looking for this planet.
Frank, it's because someone told us that there's this planet out there where traders can get funded up to $200,000 in simulated trading accounts. And if you pass, you get the chance to get all your money back. It's really kind of a trader's paradise.
Traders have been searching the stars for a place like this, and it's just too good to be true.
Frank, you just gotta believe. Once you get there, they'll give you 15% off any examination with promo code A1Trading15.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
All right, Frank, take us out of hyperspace.
Coming out of hyperspace. Now, that's FX2.
That's it. That's FX2. The legends are true. It is as good as they say.
Wow, this is incredible. There's a big giant sign that's got a promo code at the front that says A1 Trading 15 for 15% off.
We finally made it to FX2. Get your discounted access to their trading accounts right now. Link and promo code down below in the description and in the chat right now.
Can you repeat all of that once again?
No.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another live stream. Hope you're doing well, and sorry for the late arrival. That was actually on me. I forgot that we had stream at this time. But we're here. We have USD news coming out. We also have actually Governor Bailey speaking out of the Bank of England as well. We've got about 6 minutes to go here before the unemployment claims come out. And I just want to start out today's show by saying if you were with us yesterday at any point during our 6 hours, 40-minute long live stream that we did, it was a ton of fun. We were so excited with the turnout. So many people tuned in, who were very supportive of our marathon stream that we did, and we had wonderful guest hosts who mixed in on the stream all day long to keep it fresh, keep ideas flowing. It was really quite amazing. We had Marko, Tom, Miko, Ivan, Chris Pulver came on, and more, and Frank and James. I mean, we just had so many people doing the show yesterday. It was so cool, and I'm still on a high from it. It was very, very cool. Time for another 6 hours. Not today. Believe it or not, those are just an incredible amount of work. However, what do you guys think? Tomorrow, NFP? Maybe not 6 hours, but we are thinking about doing a long stream tomorrow. And, maybe what we'll do on our end, on the producer side, maybe it would be cool to give you guys like a stream report card, like what we're doing for those big streams, like who's coming on when. Like maybe we'll share that with the audience. That might be a cool thing to do. Anyways, let's jump right into the action. Guys, I've got to trail a stop. I have got a runner on my hands here with the S&P 500. Now, let me be clear with initially my plan. My plan was to hold S&P through the lows if needed. I now have a nice runner in my hands, and it's time to go ahead and trail stops. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is for those of you guys who are members in our Discord channel, give me 1 second here because it is time to trail some stops. Okay, I just trailed it on my main account here. Now you'll see I didn't even put it in profit. I have a sort of a bigger picture bullish perspective on the S&P 500. And the way I will be managing this trade is I will be trailing my stop very, very loosely. And in this case, I'm not even trailing it into profit. I'm just taking what was a wider stop loss and making it a narrow stop loss. I know Frank put his at break even. I'm just going to trail my stop here. Again, if I can let this run for the rest of the year, I would love that. But again, we'll see if we can... Sorry, got to have my coffee, guys. I went to bed last night after that stream at 8:45 p.m. Like I was asleep and done for the day at 8:45. That stream yesterday was a lot. It was a lot of fun, but it was also just a lot. Anyways, guys, I need to trail this stop. Like I said, let me get my S&P 500 equivalent pulled up so that I can do this here. Again, we are trailing stops just shy of the entry point here. So again, stops are going to get trailed from the initial trade floating a very, very nice profit at this point. So again, if I go to SPY, this is, by the way, if you want to know how I do this, because I trade SPY because, of course, I'm a U.S. citizen. That's what I can do. My stop loss is about 0.45% from my entry. So now I can just go do the exact same exchange. So S&P 500, right? About 4.5%. So my stop loss needs to come up to 41.56. 41.56. And again, now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and update those of you who are in our Discord channel. Please take a look at my trade alerts channel. Again, we have got to trail this stop. So this is an update. And again, the entry 41.77. And remember, we said 41.56 where we wanted to trail this stop. Okay. And the reason I do this is because I know a lot of people who watch the S&P, they might trade SPY, which is what I do, the ETF. It's the same thing. I trade SPY, the ETF. Other people might be trading SPX 500. Other people might be trading ES, right? Or you know, S&P futures. There's so many different ways to trade the S&P 500. Anyways, again, goal here is to try and hold on to this trade for most of the month if I can. Well, I say that because I'm going to let the market tell me. Guys, we do have news. I know. I'm going to try not to miss it today. We got 1 minute to go. So let me go ahead and just get this out. Trimming my stop loss. This is shown on stream today. Okay. And last thing I got to do here. Again, guys, we're time crunching it. S&P 500, really nice runner. Again, I'm very thrilled with where we're at with this trade so far. We've got 30 seconds to go. Again, we'll react to claims numbers here. Will it be market moving? We'll see. It has the potential to be. By the way, that alert is out, guys, for members. We just put that out there. So let's get ready for the news. We got breaking news coming in right now. All right, so we got gold, euro. Let's just put dollar bottom right. See how the reaction comes in. Number should be dropping here in just a moment. Euro dollar initially driving higher. S&P doesn't hate it. Gold making a move higher. Dollar down. Nothing dramatic here, guys. It does. I'm going to go ahead and say it looks most likely like claims were not a big surprise. Let's see if I'm right about that. Okay, yeah, not too much different than what was expected. 217,000 unemployment claims compared to 210. If anything, any number that's above the number is going to probably cause, weak dollar and potentially some strength in other markets. So, where are we at? Again, biggest focus for me is continuing to trade the S&P. I do have several markets I want to watch. I want to, just because I have an S&P 500 trade, sometimes people will say, well, Nick, do you take any other trades at the same time? Absolutely, I do, right? If there's another setup I can find, there is nothing stopping me from looking for another trade. Now, with that said, I have some rules in place within my own trading strategy that keep me from taking 5 different really correlated trades. Let me give you an example. Just because I'm long on, let's say I bought dollar yen, right? If I bought dollar yen, I don't need to also buy dollar CAD and dollar Swiss at the same time, right? Because that's a triple dollar bet, right? Risk management is all about risk adversity. You're trying to keep away from risk as much as possible while still maximizing possibilities in the gains department, right? So when we talk about the S&P 500, I'm trimming risk, right? I know that the market sentiment has been incredibly pessimistic. I put out a whole thesis. I've been very transparent about my entire journey with indices. And let me just be very clear to the naysayers who've been watching me. You've seen me be very wrong about the indices. I was really early on my NASDAQ and S&P bullish idea. Well, the turn of the month came. I waited so patiently for it. We started to see that break, and I think seasonality is a tailwind for us. If you're somebody who's watching the NASDAQ this month, let me offer you a perspective here. NASDAQ outperforming the S&P even, right? This one's doing even better than the S&P 500. Clean chart here, clean breakout, beautiful price action. I think we have room to the upside for perhaps the rest of the year. Now, is that going to be a straight shot? Probably not. No, there's likely to be wave structure in markets, right? So again, I have I've made my position very clear. I was early on the NASDAQ, wrong in front of the entire YouTube community, got blasted for it, and then now we're seeing a little bit of a nice jump. Do you trade NAS 100 on Webull? Yes, you can do so, but you just trade QQQ. Okay, it's called an ETF. It's an exchange traded fund. It is just, at the end of the day, guys, the underlying thing that you're trading, whether you're trading NAS 100, QQQ, NQ, MNQ, right? All these different symbols, they represent the same thing. It's the NASDAQ, right? So QQQ is an ETF that tracks the NASDAQ. So you could trade NASDAQ. For me, like I said, I'm trading the S&P 500 with one of the, of course, the most popular symbol on earth, which is SPY, right? SPY. Everybody watches the SPY. And so I've got that trade on from yesterday's pullback, picked that one up and held it through the Fed meeting and was very much rewarded for that. At this point, like I said, I've trimmed my risk on this trade, and goal is to try and hold this one as long as possible. A quick look at the dollar here, guys. And also, I should say something. Let me show you guys one piece of information that tipped me over the scale. So like I said, I was patient on the indices. I took a couple losses, and it took a lot to just be like, you know what? I cannot trade this until I get something that shows me it's time to be long indices. And why did I pick S&P and why didn't I buy the NASDAQ like I had been trading? I had a lot of questions in my Discord chat. Somebody asked, why not NAS? Simple reasoning. And again, it actually would have been better to buy the NASDAQ. But in this case, what I liked about the S&P 500 is look at the difference in the COT data. So if indices traders here for a second, I know we'll get to gold, we get to dollar, guys. I know there's a lot of indices coverage going on right now, so I will get to the other stuff. Don't worry. We got Marko coming in too as well, and he's more on the currency side, so we will also be talking currencies in just a minute. So in terms of indices, what I saw and why I picked S&P 500 is the difference in the last COT report was night and day. It seems like big money made a huge shift into the S&P 500 rather than they did in NASDAQ. So I was bullish on both, but the S&P 500 had more institutional interest in the last go around. So I picked it up. I picked up S&P, and that is why I'm on that, right? So yeah, USD is long in EDGEFINDER, but the market shows short. The EDGEFINDER has been bullish on the US dollar pretty much most of this year, which has been an incredibly good trade. Now, in the most recent times, it's come down a little bit, but this year, for the most part, like the second half of this year so far has been just dollar bullish thesis from the EDGEFINDER, which is why I have also been pretty dollar bullish. Now, in the most recent price action, we've kind of gone into a range. We've gone into a daily chart kind of range. But I've mentioned this in my show yesterday. If you're watching, we're waiting for confirmation. And to follow up on that dollar idea, right? We didn't get the close outside. We talked about it like all day, like literally, because we were streaming for 6.5 hours. Talked about a dollar close outside to the upside would be incredibly dollar bullish. And we did not get it. In fact, all we did is we sold back into this range. So yet again, we're left with, oh yeah, the dollar's not making a decision. You know what is making a decision? The indices. Do you know what I trade? People ask, Nick, shouldn't you just trade one symbol? You do what you want to do. But for me, I don't trade just one symbol. I trade the symbols that have the easy money going on with them. I know that's such a cop-out answer, and it sounds like, Nick, come on. Everybody would trade the easy money if everybody knew what the easy money. But let me kind of elaborate. I actually talked about with Marko yesterday on the stream. We'll come back maybe to this concept with Marko in a few minutes when he joins the show. But we talked about yesterday, gold, the easy money trade. What I was talking about, I say it tongue in cheek because you guys know, you know me if you watch. There's no easy money in markets. Markets are incredibly difficult, and I don't ever want to say otherwise. But the quote unquote, for the gag, for the meme, easy money is when markets are trending really clearly and obviously. And right now, the dollar index is sideways, right? And actually, I make the same case for gold. Gold is sideways. There's not a clear directional bias. And this topic is something that we spoke yesterday on the show very importantly about with Marko when I asked him about gold. It's in a sideways range. It needs to break out. Same with the dollar. And so, yes, it could be frustrating when the markets you watch are ranging, but this is why I trade a wide range of things. When something starts trending clearly, I trade the clear moves in the market. I don't trade choppy range bound, right? So when I looked at S&P and I saw that we're trending lower here, okay, bears are in control. I can't trade this. But then we broke out. We broke out of that range. And then notably, this is what I was looking for. This was my price action side trigger. Of course, there was fundamentals and that COT data that I just mentioned. COT gave me the extra confirmation. Price popped outside of this range, right? Gave us a signal, hey, now it's time. And that's why we went long, right? Of course, it doesn't work out perfectly all the time. Nothing does. And I don't want to make it sound like it does, but we caught this one perfectly. Frank and I both have this trade on. Frank's at break even. I've got my stop trail just below entry. We both caught this, like clean move to the upside. And again, I have the right to brag just a little bit because I got smoked publicly again, being very bullish in the NASDAQ. I put out a video why I think the NASDAQ rallies from here. And the next day I got blasted. I mean, I didn't get blasted. I didn't lose my account or anything. I took an L. The next day I was like, come on, market gods, you really had to do me like that. I put out a whole video about my bullish thesis on indices, which I still stand on, by the way. I just was early. So I had to wait for the next price action signal. So I'm still bullish indices, but again, I got it wrong the first time. I'm back. Let's see if we can catch it this time around. Okay. Really important to acknowledge when you're wrong so that, you can correct, you can adjust. I recognized I was wrong. I took my stop and took a stop like a man. You gotta take your stops sometimes. Anyways, we're going to go to Marko here in just a second to see what he's got on his table on the currency trading side. Before we do that, let me just say one thing. If you guys would like access to our COT report data, if you would like access to anything that the EDGEFINDER has to offer, we have our top window, which gives me my daily trading ideas, things like this. It also has a scanner for each of your favorite assets. So if you're somebody who trades gold or indices or majors and minors, all of these things are available to you within the EDGEFINDER. If you don't already have it, right now, we just kicked off our Black Friday sale. It is currently 45% off. If you message us right now during the stream, you get access to our Black Friday. I keep using BF, so it's like our boyfriend. It's our boyfriend sale, guys. Just kidding, it's Black Friday. But get 45% off with our boyfriend sale. If you direct message us right now, we've got some people standing by. So if you've been thinking about getting the EDGEFINDER, if you're a regular stream viewer and you have been watching the EDGEFINDER in action, you've seen us develop it. I know lots of you guys watch these streams for many, many months. So if you've been quietly waiting on the sidelines and you've seen me, talk about the EDGEFINDER, or you've seen Frank or some of our guests who use it, if you've seen it and you're like, wow, that's a powerful piece of data, we want to talk to you. If you don't think it's going to benefit you, then obviously don't buy it. But if you think that this would be useful to you, if you're a fundamentalist, if you use sentiment, if you want to look at COT data, if you want to add more research components to your trading process, pick up the EDGEFINDER right now. It's 45% off. That's our biggest sale of the entire year. And all you have to do to get access is shoot us a direct message on our website. And again, when you click that, this is what it looks like. So you click that link, takes you to our direct message center. We've got it all suited out. It's all black, right? Blacked out for Black Friday, the boyfriend sale. Click chat now. Click Black Friday sale. 45% off. You can get access to the EDGEFINDER Discord. And if you're somebody who already has the EDGEFINDER, message us and get access to those smart alerts. We just dropped the new notification system as an optional add-on for EDGEFINDER users. With that said, guys, we're going to come to Miko and Marko for our technical Thursdays. It's already Thursday. This week is flying. It's been so busy. Technical Thursdays will start right after this. Check it out. Frank, are you really trading right now? We are literally traveling through space.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to 8cap, I can trade at any time and anywhere, even in space. And I get a free EDGEFINDER with it too.
That's pretty cool, but honestly, there are so many other brokers that I think are better.
That's it.
I'm ejecting you.
All right, Frank, let me back in. Come on. I'll sign up for 8cap, I promise.
Don't get lost in space. Trade with 8cap. If you'd like more information about how you can get a free EDGEFINDER, click the link that's in the chat or description to speak with one of our representatives and sign up with 8cap. There's some great free perks available. Check it out down below.
Frank!
All right, and we're back. I got back in the ship just in time to get back in here, guys. For Miko and Marko, Technical Thursdays. What's going on, guys?
Nothing much.
Good to have you back. I guess both of you back, because yesterday, just a special thank you to both of you guys. You guys both helped to carry the stream, get us through that ginormous time gap that we had between all the stuff going on for news. And again, I guess a great time to catch back up with you guys in terms of following the Fed meeting, which threw the markets for a loop. I mean, just looking at the dollar index, I was making this point moments ago about how, the dollar popped higher, rejected midday, came right back into this daily chart range. So I want to ask you, I know obviously it's still range bound. We've got to see decision making from price action, whether it's dollar pairs or something else. I'd love to get you guys' thoughts on what you're watching. So Marko, take us through, I guess, your watch list. Where are you at today in terms of any trades or possible trades that you're watching for?
Sure. So let me quickly run through it. EU is definitely on my radar. It's showing a nice strong uptrend, and I'm definitely looking for an entry, either a flag or a break and retest right here on the top. So EU I really like, and it's on my watch list. EJ is still stuck in a huge range between this most recent high and this most recent low, so nothing on EJ. Aussie US dollar was actually moving up. There was a trade opportunity to get in on a flag. It did not fit my plan because I was seeing a bit of selling pressure right here. So currently it's kind of ascending, showing me a bit of weakness to the upside. So I'm expecting this to actually reverse and possibly give me a nice downtrend. AJ, I really like for a reversal trade. So it's definitely ascending. It's struggling to go up. For me personally, breaking the highs, retracing, showing me these large bearish legs as well. So what I'm looking for in this one is a downtrend and to sell on the downtrend. Pound is possibly going to break out of this range. We are seeing a bit of potential here, but I want to see, especially on the pound, I want to see like a large push to the upside. So being more patient with this one. NJ, I actually did take a trade on this one. It was a losing trade. Here was the entry, 12 pip stop loss. What was I seeing? I was seeing this nice impulse and a nice flag formation. So for me, it was enough to take a trade, and unfortunately it stopped me out before continuing further up. Currently on NJ, well, let's see if this uptrend will continue. If it will, I will look for another flag or a break and retest entry. So to sum up, EU definitely on my radar, EJ nothing, AU nothing, AJ definitely on my radar for a reversal, pound nothing, and NJ being more patient with that one as well. And tomorrow is NFP, which I do not trade, so I'll stop trading at around 8 a.m. London time on an NFP Friday. So I don't think I'll get any more setups. Maybe EU, possibly, but yeah, it's gonna be tight.
Yeah, I was gonna ask both of you guys about this EU price action. I want to go to Miko with this too, because I'll show you guys my screen real quick before we go to Miko. Miko, we got the euro dollar, and kind of impressive movement here. I mean, I've been short bias on the Euro USD for quite some time. You guys are technical traders, and one massive advantage that I see with technical traders above fundamentalists like myself is that for me, if the euro breaks out, I am still bearish and I don't touch it on the long side. Whereas technical traders, because I have a bias, right? I have like this whole research, this whole analysis where I'm leaning more on dollar strength than I am on the euro. And it will take me some time to turn the ship and be bullish Euro USD. I can't just one day be, I've done all my research, be bearish in the euro, and then it breaks out and then I just change everything. For me, what that ends up meaning is that if I'm bearish and this price action breaks higher, I don't necessarily go long, but I might just become neutral. Like I might just not have any trades. I might not sell. I might not buy, or I won't buy until something really, truly, fundamentally changes for me. Again, with technical trading, what's kind of interesting is that if you get a technical signal that just completely erases a bearish bias or a bullish bias, you could simply change directions and go with the new flow of the market. So I want to ask you, Miko, and Marko, both of you guys, I'm just curious about this because you have no loyalty technically to a fundamental bias. If the euro breaks out, are you suddenly more bullish on the euro? I mean, is the euro oversold? And I'll go to Miko first with that question.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much nailed it on the head, to be fair. But with Euro USD, I've been pretty bearish myself as well. As we've been coming down, consistent low lows and low highs. Recently, we've been in a little bit of a weird market structure, which I've been mostly bearish through as well. But I was expecting, or at least hoping for, Euro to start taking out some of these lows here. But especially with the news yesterday, but we failed to do that. And since we failed to do that, we actually respected this low here. So although price is kind of just moving sideways, it looks like euro is trying to reverse. I mean, we're seeing a lot of momentum right now, but effectively, I want to see price break through a high or break through a low, because as long as we keep respecting support and respecting resistance, there's nothing there for me. I'm just classifying that as consolidation. But if we can pick a direction, aka break through a high, break through a low, at this point, we might be breaking through the high. At that point, then I will be shifting my bias from bearish, which has been, to now bullish. Now, on the higher time frames like daily, weekly, monthly, we still have had a pretty impressive leg to the downside. So I'm anticipating that this bullish move might just be some retracement for maybe some sales later on. But for my trading style, I'm mainly focused on the 4H time frame. So if the 4H does reverse and start giving me some higher highs and some higher lows, missed the high there. If it starts giving me some higher highs and higher lows, I'll be more than happy to look for some buy positions and kind of ride it up until potentially you might reverse back down again. And then I'll shift my bias again. So I very much focus my attention in terms of which direction I want to trade based on the 4H structure. If the 4H giving me higher highs and higher lows, that's the way I'm going. If it changes, then I'll change my bias as well. So yeah, if Euro does take out that high, I would be looking to follow that higher. Of course, looking for some pullbacks, maybe a retest. That level does depend how big of a breakout we see. But if we do get a confident break, then I'll be more than happy to look to follow Euro USD higher. But at the moment, just neutral, waiting for the breakout, I would say.
And I guess, Miko, while we're on the topic, well, we've got the screen here. Dollar yen. What an interesting move that we've seen here today. If you pull dollar yen up, I'd love to get your thoughts and Marko's next, because this is the Marko pattern in some ways. You've got a huge pop followed by a huge drop. And what's concerning to me is, if I mark out support around that 150.5 mark, let's call it, it has not it tried to hold. You have a little bit of a wick action going on, and now we've just started to fall through support. Again, my wonder is if there was so much hype and it was perhaps maybe a just market fake out. Again, it would have faked me out. I haven't taken any trades on this, but I would have bet that support would have held there around 150.5. So Miko, you first, and then we'll go to Marko on dollar yen. What do you think? What do you make of this price action? And are you bullish? Are you bearish? What would have to happen to get you to kind of be biased on this one?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of just sitting on the fence with dollar yen now. Like I said, the way I look to come with my bias and look to come with my bias and my directional, where I want to trade is purely based on the 4H highs and lows. If you're creating higher highs and higher lows, I'm looking to buy, and vice versa. This is creating higher highs and higher lows. However, on the higher time frame on the daily chart, we're just trading such a big level here on the daily chart. So I'm reluctant to find any long positions in this area, and I'm kind of just waiting for dollar yen to move away from it, either break higher, continue the bullish trend, and then I'll be more than happy to start looking for my long opportunities, because at this point I've got that level behind me, so it's acting as support rather than resistance, or just start to break structure completely, start breaking through some lows and start giving me some lower lows and lower highs, and then I'll be more than happy to start to short the market, because at that point we've had a big rejection from that daily level. We had a very, very big move. Maybe could see something of the sort again. So if I do start seeing the market start breaking through some lows, in particular this low here, which is our most recent low, which gave us our most recent high, then I'll be more than happy to swap my bias around. But yeah, the market is still pretty bullish, but I just can't be looking to buy in that big zone. So I'm kind of just sitting on my hands, waiting for either a big break high or a big break low, and then I'll start planning my trades.
Fair enough. Yeah, Marko, same question for you. Again, dollar yen, really big pop, followed by the Marko pattern, the big drop following it. So we know where you stand with that. So let's get your take for maybe people who are not so familiar with what I'm calling the Marko pattern.
Sure. So that was on the 4-hour, I believe. And on the 4-hour, definitely looks like it's printing a V reversal. Although when I look at it on the 1-hour, which is something I focus on, it's not really showing me what I want to be seeing. So when I see a V reversal, I want to see sort of same momentum going up and same momentum going down. So same sort of legs, something like this, and then going down in a similar manner. What I'm seeing here on the 1-hour is actually price kind of struggling to go down, kind of breaking and retracing. So I would not be surprised if this was just some sort of a pullback right here. I'm seeing some definite strong momentum in this leg. And then right here, I'm seeing breaking the lows, retracing, kind of struggling to go to the downside. So I would not be surprised if something like this happens on the 1-hour chart. But on the 4-hour, yeah, I would agree. It looks like a V reversal. So on the 4-hour, I would actually probably forecast something like this.
And I would add to it in terms of dollar yen. I know it's Technical Thursdays, but I just can't help myself. The Fed yesterday fundamentally came out and what I think to be one of the most dovish sounding Fed meetings that we've had since this whole interest rate thing started. And what I mean by dovishness is Jerome Powell basically seemed to deny opportunities to be more hawkish, more aggressive, got to get inflation down. He denied that opportunity several times during the press conferences. The point that I bring that up with when talking about dollar yen or dollar in general is that seriously calls into question where the dollar is trading. I mean, we've talked about the dollar index together, guys. I mean, for quite some time. I think it's now showing up in the price action. In fact, I think I'm almost to the point where, yesterday I was saying I think dollar can remain kind of neutral, staying in this range. But after that Fed meeting, if we get further conversation like that, I would be very keen to see if we break out lower. And perhaps where this dollar is trading, which has been off the back of a Fed that has just pounded the drums against inflation, if that stops, as it seemed to have sounded to stop a little bit in yesterday's meeting, I think it will reflect in the technicals at some point. I think it may already have started. And again, I think we may even see the breakout. So I would just say for the technical traders out there, even if you don't necessarily look to read into the fundamentals too deeply, maybe a confirmation signal would be a breakout to the downside on the dollar index. Now, I'm especially talking to gold bulls. I'm talking to perhaps all of the people who have been sick and tired of watching the euro and the pound fall against the dollar for several weeks straight. I think we might see something change in that narrative. And one last market, not one that we talk about here, guys, very frequently. This is LT, and it's trading up more than the stock market in the pre-market hours. These are bonds. Bonds shooting up here this morning, perhaps confirming what we're talking about on the fundamentals, which is, of course, possible cooling in terms of that Fed hawkish narrative. And again, that will reflect heavily in the currency trading world. Gold traders will watch that. You have a lot of stuff that weighs on what happened yesterday. And I think that the follow-through moves could present some wonderful trends for all three of us, right? Because we're all kind of looking for those
exactly.
markets. Yeah. What were you saying, Marko?
Oh, so I was just saying that that's exactly what we want to hear, like some interest rate changes, some Fed decisions. It's very good for traders. It moves the markets, creates trends. So it doesn't matter if it goes up or it goes down, like as long as it's going somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, at the end of the day, if you scroll out on, we could do this together. Just let's take a look at pound dollar, for example. If you're somebody who trades the pound and you look at the weekly chart, these trends are so clearly this ever since like 2021. All of these trends have just been so heavily reliant on the Fed, single-handedly, the Fed and the Bank of England to a degree, but really the Fed. During this time, the Fed just pounded the drum so hard. Then in the start of the year, it sounded like the Bank of England had to do a lot of catch up. They needed to really pound their drums to keep up, and the Fed wasn't doing so much. And now for the last, several weeks, it's been back to the Fed kind of pounding the drums. Well, there potentially, what I'm pointing out here is there perhaps could be a bigger leg higher coming for the pound. Now that perhaps that is giving early warning signs that we're back to this phase again. So even though, again, it's not necessarily fundamentals do not give me entry signals by themselves. Technicals do that. They do give me kind of that clarity on what's going on and what's going to drive the trends that we all need in order to make money. So it can be really key. Both of you guys, I want to thank you both for coming on, giving you guys his thoughts, especially following yesterday's volatility. It was a really awesome stream. And I just want to say too, we watched the viewer retention throughout the stream. And both of you guys, when you came on, both of the retention lines looked great. So people, whether it's, obviously people in the comment section are appreciating you guys, it showed up in the data. You guys are our fan favorites, and we both of you guys are much appreciated to the channel and to the show. I want to thank you guys both for coming on, and everybody who is with us here. If you have not already subscribed to Miko and Marko, they both have YouTube channels that you can keep up with them, keep up with trade ideas, market analysis, commentary, and learn their styles. Again, very technical traders, and we love to have them on the show. So Miko, Marko, thank you guys both for coming on today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you
next time.
See you guys. All right. So again, Miko, Marko, always good to have a good mix of technical traders come in to balance me out, because you guys know I could go for a little bit too long if you let me on just the fundamental side. So it does a nice thing to balance out the show. And again, I highly recommend you guys to go subscribe to them if you have not already. Show them some love. Again, we rely on our guests to keep these shows moving, and we very much appreciate the people who come on. Anyways, that S&P is still running. I've got my stop trailed. We just trailed it for members who are just tuning into the show today. I did trail my stop inside of the group. That has been, now I say this, I haven't trailed it into profit. I'm trimming my risk. My risk was below the lows. We immediately shot into profit, which was great. Almost no drawdown on this trade, but now stops are trimmed and we've got that going. If you guys are not already in the Discord, this is also, by the way, 45% off. You can get access to the Discord trade alerts or the EDGEFINDER Smart Alerts. We're a software company out of Atlanta, Georgia. If you're somebody who has appreciated our tools for a while, if you're a show fan, if you've been here with us for a while and you have not already picked up access to the private Discord, come trade with us. Frank and I share all of our trades. If you're fans of the show, Frank's traded the indices this morning. I am as well. We've traded forex pairs this week. We trade metals. We trade stocks. If you want the inside scoop on everything we are doing in the markets, you can get that access sent to you in direct message form. You can also get notifications from the EDGEFINDER with the new smart alerts that we just dropped. And again, all of it is currently 45% off for our Black Friday sale. If you have not already taken advantage, get slashed prices. These are the best prices available of the entire year. They will be going back up to their usual price at the end of the year. And I do not say that lightly. These are the best prices that you are going to be able to get all year during this month. So take advantage, get yourself a copy, early Christmas gift for yourself, invest in a Discord community if you're serious. And please note, I will put this disclaimer. If you're not a serious trader, if you're a dabbler, if you're just doing this for fun, please do not purchase our stuff. This is for serious people who want to take this stuff seriously. If you want to trade and you see yourself trading for many years, we are the team for you. If you do not see yourself trading for many years, if you don't really see this as becoming like your main thing, do not do our stuff, right? We don't want to entertain that type of person, to be completely honest with you. We are looking for serious traders who share this passion in markets, who want to take it to that next level, and who are willing to work to get there. So if that's you, message us right now. Again, take advantage. That 45% off sale is going this month only, so take advantage. Anyways, with that said, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. And remember, heads up, we will be back for NFP tomorrow. We're going to probably do another super stream. I know the stream doctors back there are going to be cooking something up in the kitchen to get us ready for NFP tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys back then. See you guys next time.
Thanks again for flying with us on the A1 Trader. Our goal at A1 Trading is to give you the latest in market news through our daily videos and articles. Take advantage of our huge Black Friday sale, 45% off, happening all month on our best products we have to offer. A1 Trader, prepare for the return home.